Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Spellbinder with this week's unfiltered news from the reality zone, where political correctness is not spoken here. Compiled by G. Edward Griffin, News Scouts, Cassandra Anderson, Hervoki Merrick, James Mormando, photo and humor by Scout Joan Glover, and proofreader Tom Parker. This is for the week of August 18th through the 24th, 2012. In this week's comic strip, or political picture, whatever you want to call these, don't panic, organize. And it shows that the many can overtake the few, and we are the many. The little fishies can get the sharks. And that's what the whole thing is. We outnumber them. That many to two of them. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Alrighty, now it's time for this week's headlines that you may have missed. Video. Virginia, former Marine who was taken into custody by the FBI, Secret Service, and police last week and placed in a psychiatric hospital because of his postings on Facebook, was released today. There were no charges against him, but the cause of the arrest was that he was critical of the government and posted song lyrics that referred to revolution. A judge dismissed the case because the petition for psychiatric detention contained no facts. And there wasn't any facts. They just grabbed him off because he was speaking against government, which is a First Amendment right. We all have a right to protest our government. I don't know where they're getting off saying that you cannot protest your government. That sounds like Nazi Germany or old-style Russia, where if you speak against the government, they just come collect you up and you disappear. YouTube, August 23rd is when he was released. Today is the 24th. India has blocked scores of social media sites because it says they spread false rumors of Islamic revenge attacks. These postings caused panic and riots in the northern province of India and the exodus of 40,000 people who thought they might be killed if they stayed. Russian television, August 23rd. Wow, that's pretty bad. Gotta remember, most of these social media, like Facebook, is owned by somebody like CIA. Just like CIA owns now Skype. So you gotta be careful what you say, show on Skype. Next, U.S. Kansas Secretary of State, along with 10 employees of the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, have filed suit against Homeland Security Secretary Janet Napolitano and ICE Director John Morton for Obama's deferred deportation policies because they violate federal law. KWCH, August 23rd. And yeah, they're turning around saying, well, wait, we can't do our job of the way you're going to let all these illegals in. There are illegals. If you get a chance, there's a YouTube video where a guy makes a statement, he's an illegal, and he says he don't like the word illegal. Well, he should become a citizen then, and then he wouldn't have that word being called at him. Illegal means exactly that. You're not allowed to be here. If we had the laws of Mexico, their immigration laws, he would be in prison right now and calling up his relatives in Mexico to send money to feed him. That's what they do down there. We should have the same laws, just because. We can't just go down there and I just can't go down there and start working down there. I have to get a working permit. Plus, I have to prove I have special talents for that country. There's a lot of things you do research on to find that out. Brazilian court orders Nestle to label all their GMO products, all their food products that contain more than 1% GMO ingredients. The court order also exposed a long-standing illegal relationship between high-ranking members of the Brazilian government and biotech corporations such as Monsanto. Yeah, they're catching up on them. The people are winning down there. Natural Society, August 22nd. They need to get everything labeled with whatever is GMO. Needs to have a label on it. There's no doubt about it. You don't want to have that. If you have any care for your next generation and their generation then of children, then you do not want to eat this stuff. They already know with laboratory tests on animals that it causes sterility in the second generation. So, if you want to end your family name, go ahead and eat the GMO. After 19 years of waiting, Russia has joined the UN's World Trade Organization. Russia now joins most of other nations by surrendering significant segments of its sovereignty to international control. A dumb move, Russia. Dumb move. You're active. August 22nd. We're trying to get out of the UN. We're trying to tell the UN to go take a hike because they're trying to force Agenda 21 on us, along with other things that they got planned. And they're going to start doing that to Russia too. And they'll lose their lands. Oh yeah, that'd be the Lost Treaty. There's another UN lovely thing to take your waters away. McDonald's and Nickelodeon are accused of collecting data on children from the internet and violating their rights to privacy. New York Times, August 22nd. Yes, they're sitting there tabbing in on the information and seeing what the kids are putting up there. And they could be telling stuff that the parents may not want to be public to anyone. You don't know. Video, U.S. Senator Rand Paul explains why Congress approval rating is in an abysmal 10%. Hint, they don't obey their own rules. They produce bogus projections for cost and revenue, and they don't read the bills before voting them into law. YouTube posted August 21st, and they do not. That's why we got to get the Read the Bill Act in there so we can stop them from just saying we got to pass this so we can find out what's in it. Well, that's why we got the terrible bill passed, the Obamacare, which is now coming out that it's going to destroy everyone. It's going to control your life. It's going to take your life. They're going to have death panels. It's in there. 2,500 pages and nobody read it before it was passed. Just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Absolutely. I think Congress is in there for the money and not in there to do anything. They probably can't do anything. They probably don't know how to do anything. We had the Gulf disaster. We had the down in Louisiana, the sinkhole. They don't know what to do about it. They have no clue. That's not their job. Their job is to bring money in for the money junkies. That's all it's about. Ooh. U.S. Appeals Court rules that the EPA overstepped its boundaries when it tried to severely limit sulfur and nitrogen levels from a coal plant. The court said that the EPA has plenty of authority by following the old rules for emission control that already are in place. Reuters, August 21st. And yes, they are. The scrubbers do a perfectly best job as they have the proper scrubbers, which is a system where they run all the smoke through from the burning of the coal before it goes out the stack as water vapor. That's what you see coming out of the stack. It's not sulfur or anything. You don't have no problem. I don't know what the deal here is. With these control freak money junkies, I guess. They just want to do anything to take money out of your pocket and put it in theirs so you're poor and can't fight against them. That's what it's getting to. You'll be too busy worrying about eating soon, and that's coming also. The food wars. Tampa police will deploy dozens of behavior recognition surveillance cameras at the Republican National Convention later this month. The cameras will remain in place with more to be added after the event finishes. This is the beginning of a pre-crime program in which arrest may be made merely on the basis of behavior that police believe could lead to actual crimes if not prevented. Thought Police, InfoWars, August 21st. And Minority Report. Banks and trading exchanges are expanding the use of gold as collateral, reinforcing the metal's position as an alternative currency. So far, this has been only for very large transactions, but it is an encouraging trend. Fox Business, August 21st. Righty. Scientists are calls for geoengineering experiments using ships that shoot seawater into the sky. Theoretically, that will cool the atmosphere and increase cloud formation to reflect away sunlight. He says private organizations should not do this because they have a profit motive and cannot be trusted. But he says governments should do this because they do not have hidden agendas and can be trusted. No kidding. That's what he said. Daily Mail, August 21st. I mean, the chemtrailing's not doing good enough. They show them all the time. They have weathermen showing them all the time now, coming forward saying these are not natural clouds. These are streamers coming off here, the jet tanks. There's tanks inside the jet spraying these. Or it's now in the fuel. They have added an additive of aluminum particles and barium, which is a radioactive and cancer-causing substance, barium. Video. Washington State Supreme Court rules that a mortgage can be foreclosed on by the actual holder of the promissory note, not an intermediary agent. Oops. Ooh. You can go back. That simply tracks the documents on behalf of the note holder. That means thousands of foreclosure proceedings in Washington State are invalid, and this is a major setback to the banks and other mortgage lenders who have relied on an intermediary company called MERS to foreclose on their behalf. It remains to be seen if the actual note holders will be able to reclaim the foreclosures. Como News, August 20th. Getting pretty bad here. They're robbing people's homes and putting them on the street. Should be illegal. We have a right to have a place to live and shelter, basically. More than 40 international health experts refute the claim that smart meters and other wireless devices such as cell phones and Wi-Fi's pose no health hazards. Madison saying, posted August 20th. Refute the claim that smart meters and other wireless devices such as it's electromagnetic waves. I mean, and we function on a electromagnetic system, so it's got to be doing some type of scalar effect on us. I mean, it's logic. Speed cameras disguised as mailboxes have raked in revenues of $55 million in Washington District of Criminals alone, and it has been shown that speed cameras do not reduce accidents, so their only real purpose is to generate revenue through fines. Daily Mail, August 20th. That's right. Money from you to them. Even though there's no crime. That's a victimless crime device. U.S. Since 2004, there have been 2,527 Department of Homeland Security employees and co-conspirators convicted of corruption and criminal misconduct. Yeah, I've seen this CNS News, August 20th. Yeah, they've been catching them from stealing out people's luggage to, you can claim it, taking cell phones and computer laptops and all types of stuff. Criminals. UN Human Rights Official calls for an independent investigation of U.S. drone attacks in other countries. Obama has used drones 282 times since taking office. Independent, August 20th. Yeah, now they want him to recount to make sure he's just not having the drones aim into a crowd of people and say, yeah, there was a terrorist somewhere in there. our quote sources told me so. Yeah, right. It's this war without a faceless warrior, kind of like Terminator warriors. Oh, man. Virginia, former Marine, is arrested and being detained in psychiatric hospital for posting information on his Facebook page that is critical of the government's role in 9/11 and including a song lyrics referring to revolution. Authorities determined that this was a terrorist threat. Business Insider, August 18th, that's when they collected him up. Apparently somewhere in before that, I think he was collected up. U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals rules that police are allowed to track your cell phones using GPS without a warrant or probable cause. You have no rights in America. You have anti-rights. The court considers cell phone use to be a public action, not a private one. You can apple and orange it all you want. I'm trying to call an apple and orange and apple. RT, August 18th. The USDA is fast-tracking 12 new GMO crops to make sure they are approved as quickly as possible. They're not poisoning us fast enough. There is no apparent concern over health, safety, and possible long-term effects on agriculture. Organic consumers, August 18th. Oh yeah, like the corn, the GMO corn that has stalks on it so sharp that now the farmers have to put Kevlar tires on their tractors so they don't puncture them. Oh, we didn't know that was going to happen. Of course, you didn't test the damn thing. You don't even know what the long-term effects is going to be. And then they're putting this stuff up here because I guess the medical, all this Obamacare is to make you sick through GMO, so they'll have the way of taking money from your pocket and putting it in theirs. If they don't have you sick, they're not making money. It's as simple as that. Trapwire is a facial recognition surveillance system now being used by governments, including the U.S. and multinational corporations. It is staffed by ex-CIA agents. Unfavorable stories about it have been scrubbed from the internet. The New York Times has downplayed its significance. New American, August 18th. Oh yeah, they're not telling you that they're going to do this. It's getting to be Iborg. We're becoming Iborg. See that movie? It's a very interesting movie. Iborg. Okay. U.S. new documents show that the Department of Homeland Security lied about concealing its mobile body scanner program, a mobile spy system that uses video, backscatter X-ray, radar, and terahertz wave on neighborhood streets, subways, sports arenas, and shopping malls. InfoWars, August 18th. See, they couldn't get you to go through them at the airports, so now they're just going to go around and radiate everyone. They want you to sick. They need you with cancers and stuff, so you have to go to the cancer treatment clinic and give them money that they have stock in. That's what it comes down to. The money junkies in Wall Street's got stock in all this stuff, and they own our government. And a lot of other world governments and other countries. Washington, D.C., shooting a security guard at Family Research Council, a conservative Christian organization, occurred shortly after the Southern Poverty Law Center, a criminal organization, labeled the FRC on the internet as a hate group. The SPLC is known for its extreme leftist philosophy and its animosity towards any group that holds an opposing view. CNS News posted August 18th. Obama. Green energy scandals widen as lawmakers probe deeper. New American posted August 18th. This keeps going and going and going and going. The scandals, the criminality. The whole country went rogue criminal. It's coming. It started at the top and it's watering down. It's coming down like it's going down and it's affecting and infecting like an infection all governments to the local governments. It's just bad. There are some videos. Video Compact fluorescent light bulbs, the CFLs, are less efficient and more expensive to operate than incandescent bulbs. We didn't believe it either until we saw this video. Tell us what you think. It's on YouTube, August 21st. Probably shows it draws more voltage, or actually more amps or something, than the average bulb. I haven't had a chance to look at it. I'm going to have to take a look at that. It's caught my attention. Let's see. Another video. The U.S. has the highest prison population in the world in both absolute numbers and percentages. This is due to the aggressive role played by the federal government in what used to be and should be local law enforcement, and also because of the so-called war on drugs, which imprisons hundreds of thousands of people for merely smoking pot. A drug now, a plant now being shown that it has medical use far beyond what they ever thought before. It prevents you from getting brain cancer. It prevents you from getting lung cancer. But they can't have that. They won't be making money off their chemotherapy if you can't get cancer. YouTube, August 21st. This makes me mad to see the criminality. Another video. One Nation Underwater is a short and jaw-dropping video commentary on how Congress is spending the U.S. into oblivion with entitlement programs and interest on the debt. This is unsustainable and can be paid off only by the total collapse of the dollar and the economy with it. YouTube, August 21st. And we'll have to start planning on how we want our next government and financial system to work, because this one's going away fairly quickly, it seems. It's just like a train just going faster and faster, heading for the cliff. Last video. Judge Napolitano, no relation to Janet. He's actually made that comment. Responds to Obama's former economic advisor Larry Summers' claim that government cannot shrink it if current entitlement obligations, Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, and pensions are not trimmed. Summers is right, but he fails to consider what could happen if those under age 50 were given a chance to opt out of these entitlements and choose a free market alternative. If this is not done, the system cannot avoid total collapse within the next few years. Fox Insider, August 21st, and they've been saying that for a while, that we need to start getting people out of the system and keep paying for the people that's on it now, and get the people that are not on it now to find an alternative to get out of it. So it won't go away to anyone that's on it right now, but you'll be able to turn around and pick an alternative if you're under the age of 50. It makes a lot more sense. Here's a video, and it's amazing. Olympic dog. Click to see the action of this dog. You'll like it. And then we have the great picture of the week also. Owl in flight. Click to enlarge. Looks like flamingos. or what you call them? Egyptian name. Well, here's the humor section. Here's another fun picture. And then the mean old kitty stole all the doggy's treats and ran down the street. And that is why we chase cats to this day. That was great. Okay, that's the unfiltered news for this week. I'll have a link at the show more at the bottom of the video, and you'll be able to go and read all these articles and news lines, headlines, and you'll be able to check out his forums and everything. So until next time, this is Spellbinder saying be good or be good at it, and have a wonderful weekend and a lovely day. Until next time, be good at it, and keep an eye on the markets and the sky and everything, because there's weird stuff going on all over the place, and it just seems to be end times almost. Good day.